Morning, Pete here. Just out with Betty Boo. Just going to do the oil and filter change on her. You can see you've got two 8mm bolts under here to undo, and then there's an oil strainer in there, and then I'll show you the oil filter in a minute. So we'll get these undone. I've just started her up, run her for a couple of minutes, turned her off, just let the oil settle, and yeah, I'll drain her now. So you hold on, I'll do that now. And if you can see very well under here, it's a bit awkward. Cause we'll do it, we'll have a go. There we go. They're quite easy to create, not over tightened, so this is where I get covered in oil now. There we go. Try not to get too wet. Hopefully catch your oil. And not lose the bolts. Well, hopefully they won't. Keep hold of her. There's one. These little Enfields and my Himalayan as well are the same really. They're quite straightforward to work on. I'm getting oil dripping out everywhere. It's a bit messy. And normally I'd put gloves on, but I didn't this morning. I don't know why I didn't, but there we go. Yuck. Covered in oil now. So then what you do, you get, I can't really show it very well, but this filter is up inside. It goes up like that way, up into the oil, into the engine, sorry. And it just pushes in. It's got like a little cap on the bottom. You just get some pliers and just ease it out. Then it come out, and I just had a look inside. It's all pretty clean, so I'll just give it a wipe over, give it a clean up, and I can put that back in shortly. So we're going to do the oil filter on the other side in a minute. I'll show you that. Bring you back in a sec. You've got these 3 bolts here with Allen screws. Under those uniformly, so like don't just take one out and then that one there, but just crack them all off and then loosen them. That is under pressure. That should be spring loaded, that does, so it doesn't fly out, but it's I'll show you if I can. Just got this Allen to hand, and none of these bolts and screws are over tightened, so just don't do stuff. There is torque settings for them all, but I've never had a problem on issue. I tend to use, I've got a torque wrench, but I don't tend to torque these smaller ones up. I just do it up to tightness. Obviously once I've refilled it all, I'll check it all, and you can see the oil running out. Now this bike has just done 2,000 miles. I changed the oil at 1,000 miles. It had its first service at 300 miles, which was done at a garage just to keep the warranty going. And then after that I do it all myself, because I wasn't overly impressed, to be honest, with the quality of servicing at the garage. We were an Enfield dealers, but I ain't going to mention who they are. I just didn't like how it was done really. For the price, I'm not sure if things were done properly, but you know, hey ho. They might have been, they might not have been. I just felt that something wasn't done. I don't really mind. The oil does run out. I'll just clean it all up afterwards with cloths. Like I say, it's all quite straightforward. No, you take your time. I'm not a trained motorcycle mechanic. I do have a bit of a mechanical experience, but not only what I've learned over the years with motorcycles. More cars really, to be honest, and commercials. I had a job for a while. I was a mechanic for London buses. That was a good job actually, but it didn't last. If you remember Ken Livingstone, when he was the Mayor of London, he introduced a thing called Fares Fair, brought the transport things down. Fares were all cheap. You got a little round rubber washer on that as well. And then the filter's here. And that's your little oil filter. Don't lose a spring. I know the other, it comes with a new spring. That's a rubber washer on there that should come with a filter. Just looking for any signs of, you know, anything that might be there that shouldn't be there, but it all looks good. It is a bit of a messy procedure, oil changes. You can't re-odds it, so that's just the way it is, but you can save yourself quite a few pounds by just doing the oil and filter change. You know, you only need basic tools, and I think you've got enough tools in the toolkit to do it as well. So you can do it with the tools that come with the basic toolkit. So you don't need nothing specialised. Catch tray and somewhere to put the dirty oil. Don't put it down your drain. I have a big old 5-gallon drum that I use for waste kitchen oil as well. We use. Just clean it all up everywhere. Make sure there's nothing untoward. And you might get a little bit of oil onto the exhaust, but you know, don't worry about it too much. We'll get your new oil filter and get that in. And that's the job done. We've just got to put the plugs back in and fill up the oil. Let me try and find the oil filters. Got them there. I actually don't follow the service schedule on my bikes, and this is the new filter, just pushes back in there. I tend to do it every 1,000 miles, just change the oil and filters. Filters are, you know, a few quid, and I change the oil. And I think if you do that regularly, you don't get a lot of problems. So it sort of just fits in there. Let me show you where that spring's sticking out. Just goes in there. It's got the rubber thing on there. There we go. It goes in there like that. I'm just looking to make sure that rubber casing's all right. That's all good. I'll just do them all up loosely to start with, just so it sort of just pinches, and that's it. Then once I've got them all in, I'll just tighten them up. There we go. Yeah, really, this is, you know, a 20-minute job, oil and filter change. I don't see why you go and pay garage prices to have this done. There we go. Just crack them up. Once I start it up, I'm just looking for any leaks, just in case it shouldn't leak at all. It shouldn't be a problem. There we go. There we go. Done. That's all nice and tight. All done. Just wipe all the oil off as much as possible. So that's your oil. The filters has changed. It's just down to a little drip now. I'll put the oil plugs back in, I'll fill up with oil, job done. I'll bring you back in a minute. So yeah, that's all back on, and then it's just a case of filling up with oil to the required amount. And I put 1550 synthetic oil into this, and I think it's around about 2 litres, but I'll double check it, 1.5 to 2 litres, which I think I've got just enough. So pretty straightforward, oil change done.